Alright, y'all. So I want to get this message out to all the Tory fans and the Meg fans. First and foremost, are y'all good? I know y'all love the artists that you're repping for, but let's not hurt one another with toxicity, shall we? Like, let's just calm down a bit. There's a lot more to this case than he say, she say. Alright? And if you look at things from an unbiased and realistic point of view, you might be able to get a chance to understand what's really going on. Now, like I said, it's easy to always jump to conclusions immediately because of what someone says, but we also got to look at what do we have for proof, what do we have going on. And before you say anything, relax. Alright? What I'm talking about is we got to think about certain things that the court's going to have to go over to see whether or not someone's guilty or not. Now, I don't question about Meg being inflicted and injured with a bullet, but I do believe the questioning of the suspect is something that needs to be answered. But I don't think we have a clear answer on that yet. And when you look at it, what are the usual things that we have to prove that someone did something? Words isn't enough. But that doesn't mean that Meg is a liar. And I'll get into why I think that's the case. So, two things that we always got to keep in mind: cameras, visual evidence, and witness reports. Those are the two main things that we got to keep in mind when it comes to finding a final verdict on pretty much whatever crime has been committed. So in this situation, you got to understand the backstory, most importantly. And the biggest thing about the backstory is we had a crazy love triangle going on between Tory, Meg, and Kelsey. Meg and Kelsey have been friends since kids. Alright, Kelsey's been that supportive person for Meg ever since she lost her mother, her father, the people that she didn't get a chance to grow up with in her life. So, that makes Kelsey, if not the most important person in her life, definitely right there within her inner circle. I think we can make that fucking clear. So, that being said, you know what I mean? Tory, playing home record, it is what it is. Tory fans, we gotta admit it, alright? Even he himself said what he did was fucked up. Which, like I said, applaud the man for at least admitting his fucking wrongs. Came in and essentially played and ruined a friendship. Why? Because he was messing with Meg, and then he was messing with Kelsey. During that night, after that Kylie Jenner party where Meg was just infuriated, all the truth started coming out, and then both girls found out that the other was messing with Tory when they didn't think that was going on. So, that being said, yeah, they were pissed, they were furious, they were arguing. And then it got to the point where Meg walked out the car, like she said. And as she's walking with her back turned, here's the thing that I think what really went down. And given the fact that I don't care if it's a false report, if it's true or it's fake, it's still a possibility. You got to keep in mind of all kinds of possibilities. I like to kind of give everyone a fair chance. If they're saying something that's opposite, there has to be another reason why there's this, like I said, this conflict. So with Tory saying that he's been framed, that's his situation. And Meg said that she knows that Tory shot him because she turned around and saw him holding the gun. What I believe could be the only situation that could happen then is that Kelsey, as Meg walks out, being hurt, feeling like she did everything she could to support her best friend. Obviously, when the person who's in the most hurtful position, who's feeling the most pain, usually when they feel angry and they feel hurt at the same time, emotions are high, and that usually leads to something going crazy. Alright, so people lose their shit. I think that's what happened. Kelsey snapped. She said, fuck this bitch. Grabbed the gun, jumped out, got on top of the car, was ready to fucking shoot her. But Tory jumped out the car and intervened as they were fighting for the gun. Gun went off. As soon as it did, Kelsey immediately let go of the fucking gun and went into the fucking car, because in her mind, she just got the fucking best situation that happened here. With Tory fighting the gun, she left Tory to hold the gun while she got in the car. That gave her enough time to get, seated in position before Meg fully turned around to see what the fuck just happened. And as she turned around, guess who she sees holding the gun? Tory. And Tory's holding the gun, and I'm pretty sure in this situation, he's thinking, what the fuck? Because as the gun went off, he sees Kelsey dipping immediately back in the car. And he's on the top of the car like, what the fuck? And then he looks and he sees Meg looking dead straight at him. Then he looks at her and he's like, oh fuck. And he's holding the gun and he's thinking that, damn, I'm in a fucked up position. So that honestly could be what really happened. And obviously with Kelsey, the only tweet she's ever said was, I wasn't the one holding the gun. The one holding the gun. I thought that tweet was pretty interesting how she put it. Because when you think of how she worded it, she was basically saying, I wasn't the one that was seen holding the gun. So you got to think of the implications there. And if that's the situation, then potentially you're looking at pretty much Kelsey setting both Tory and Meg up against each other. And for her, it's like a win-win situation. So for all we know, and if you got to think about how Kelsey's been doing things, she's been silent. She hasn't said anything. It's always the one that's making the silent moves are always the one that you got to watch out for the most. What can I tell you? Kelsey unfollowed Meg, all that shit. What does that make you think? I mean, she could be sitting here watching Meg get mad about this shit, and then Tory's trying to defend himself and then all this, and she's like, there's no camera, and the only, I guess, witness report that could be is about the bodyguard, but some people are debunking that story. That could be a huge thing. That could be where, you know what I mean? Even if Tory doesn't get, what's it called? Pretty much gets hit with that charge. Tory's gonna have to face the music for most of his career, because people are gonna think that, oh, he really did it. You know what I mean? And the whole time, the person that was originally was the one that was attempting to actually perform the act was the one that just happened to dip at the last second just to be, stay clear of the coast. And you got to think of Meg's situation as well. You're thinking, if that's the case, why is Meg not going after Kelsey? Well, you got to look at it this way. To Meg, Kelsey was like really the only family that she felt she had growing up. I mean, you got to think about it. She lost both her fucking parents, dog. That's not an easy life for anyone to live. So I want to first give her props for that. She overcame that and became successful. All right. She's doing well for herself financially, and, she overcame that route. But here's the thing that we got to keep in mind, though. Like, because of that huge trust bond, you got to look at it like, yeah, Meg in her mind knew that she and Kelsey weren't going to really fuck with each other. But the last thing that Meg would ever think that Kelsey would do is go pull up a gun and shoot her. So because of that, it leaves her no option then really to continue accuse the guy who she saw dead straight holding a gun, but could have been the one that didn't even fire the fucking thing, but he was just holding the gun. Because like I said, Kelsey let go at the last second as soon as the gunshot got in before Meg turned around and saw the situation. So I want both of you guys, both fan bases, to think about that clearly. All right, before attacking one another, potentially you could be playing. I'm not going to even say that this is the absolute only way it could have happened. I have my own idea, but I'm not going to really go that far. I'm just going to leave it like this for y'all, just so that way you guys can actually have something to marinate on for a little bit. You know what I mean? But I think if we're going to look at something that's just really, if it sounds like the most believable and realistic situation, if we're giving accounts, if we're trusting both Meg and Tory to tell the truth, let's not go against each other. Let's think about both of them telling the truth. I think this is the most reasonable thing that happened. So with that being said, I don't think Tory fans needs to go keep bugging Meg, leave her alone on social media, stop saying that she's lying about being shot. You know what I mean? I think the girl's just traumatized and she doesn't really know what the fuck she's doing because she's not thinking straight. And at the same time, Meg fans, let's cool the jets on Tory just a bit. All right? I know you want to think automatically it's a dude and a girl assault. you're thinking, I get it. You don't want a guy to fucking take advantage of a female. Cool. But like I said, if we look at it from a realistic point of view, who do you think was hurt the most in this situation? And you got to think about that. Someone who was the one that just ended up ruining a friendship. Do you think the person who came in and smashed both females, you think would be the one most likely to shoot someone? Or the one who was best friends and actually had to, you know, I don't want to say put up with her, but like was basically like a supportive sister who felt like as if, you know, she was betrayed by someone that she was there for since day one. Like, who do you think would be more than likely to fucking pull the gun and actually try to shoot her? You think about that. Tory or Kelsey? And if you can't think of it clearly, imagine your best friend. You and your best friend met a dude and he smashed both of you, but y'all weren't telling each other, and you found out in the car. And you was walking away, or that friend was walking away. Who do you think would be in a more hurtful position? The dude that smashed both of y'all, or you, when you know that your dignity and pride was taken away from you, like how Kelsey felt that day when she felt like not only did Tory take advantage of her, but also Meg did. Keep that in fucking mind, y'all. I'm not here to say that Kelsey's automatically should be charged and this and that. But to me, she's the one that's making the least moves. She's the one that's the most quiet of the three. And to me, that's very suspicious. But like I said, I just want to give this guys a opportunity for y'all to really think about it, so that way y'all don't show so much animosity towards one another, and just relax a bit, okay? That's it. Because at the end of the day, these artists are human beings, and you know, we're all prone to fucking up. So let's just kind of like be more merciful towards one another instead of being spiteful, you know what I mean? All right, y'all stay safe and stay blessed. Deuces.